What is narcissistic abuse? You might have heard the term being bandied about or seen it pop up on your social media feed. It's shorthand for the inevitable harm caused by individuals who might qualify for a diagnosis of narcissist, psychopath, or sociopath. Here's the catch. Such individuals rarely receive a diagnosis. They don't go to therapy because they believe they're perfect. And the problem is always the people around them, friends, family, colleagues, or partners. The other catch? Nobody gets it. Psychological abuse, coercive control, persuasive control, manipulation and exploitation are hard to define and impossible to articulate. That's where lived experience clinicians really come into their own. The people who really understand what living with a narcissist or splitting up with them is like. It's traumatic. And while you're still in the narcissistic relationship, you keep second guessing yourself. Is the problem them or me? Here's what I can tell you from evidence-based clinical research. You're likely highly conscientious and highly agreeable. Two of the so-called Big Five personality traits. It's possible that compromising or sacrificing for the narcissist in your life has led you into patterns of codependency, but that's for another video. That can be victim-blaming rhetoric that is deeply unhelpful. So set it aside for now, okay? You might be experiencing walking on eggshells around this person, never having any of your emotional or other needs met. Important events in your life seem to get sabotaged by their illness or other emergency time and time again. Frequent belittling, humiliating, offensive humor, or backhanded compliments. Finding it hard to say no for fear of damaging consequences. You're really good at putting other people's needs before your own. You've lost the ability to recognize what you really need right now. Continually giving, and getting nothing in return. Confusion over whether your suspected narcissist is the person who shows up in public or the one who shows up behind closed doors. Feeling shame for the humiliation your narcissistic other puts you through. Suffering mood swings and rumination, trying to figure out how to make this relationship healthy, loving, and peaceful. Like it was for a while at the beginning. Feeling like you're trapped in a repeating cycle between the other's love bombing and their rage, passive aggression, and stonewalling. The bottom line in narcissistically disordered characters is a chronic lack of empathy and a massive, possibly hidden, sense of entitlement. We tend to think of narcissists as arrogant peacocks strutting around boasting or showing off. Nothing could be further from the truth. Clinical narcissists come disguised as many things. They could be your pastor, your boss, your dentist, your pool man, your sibling, your parent, or your partner. You might notice in this narcissistic other lying and infidelity, self-centeredness, and an inability to grasp your point of view. Managing to switch the conversation back to themselves within a few minutes. Never asks how your day was, what your opinion is, and goes blank or shuts down if you venture it. Indifference to your suffering, illness, or fair and reasonable requests. censors, that is, disallows or mocks your normal human emotions in many varied ways. Refusal to apologize for doing the wrong thing by you, or blame-shifting apologies. I'm sorry you made me so angry. Or empty apologies. I promise not to do it again, but they do it again the very next day. Mocks you, shuts you down, or walks away when you cry. Treats you badly privately, but idolizes you in public. Continually, even deliberately, ignores or pushes through your boundaries. We can all be guilty of narcissistic behaviors from time to time, like when we're sick, scared, depressed, or traumatized. It's when all of these behaviors happen repeatedly to create a pattern that we need to sit up and take notice. An agreeable person can keep writing these behaviors off in another person as, just stress. A conscientious person can stay in an abusive relationship trying to make things work to the point where they damage themselves. If you're living with a narcissist, you will have to accept that you will always be last on the list for them. Narcissists tend to make scapegoats out of the people they spend the most time with. They often only need one target as an outlet for their toxic behaviors. Is it you? If they're never there for you when you need them, if they're only nice to you when they need something from you or want to make a favorable impression on others, if they throw you under the bus to make themselves look better, then you're it. Run.